Everyone, it's Tasleem here, and this is one of those videos where I was like, should I or shouldn't I? And obviously, if you're watching this, I chose yes, I should, as in yes, I should record this. Yes, I should share the video and share my thoughts. And it's to do with a question. I'm sure it should be like a very innocent question that is well-meaning, but it actually rubs me the wrong way. And I wanted to share my perspective on it and hear what you guys think. If you've ever experienced being there on the receiving end of this question, maybe you've been the one that has asked it, maybe you've just thought of it and never asked it. Maybe I have thought of it in the past and not asked it, but I promise you that I wouldn't ask it anymore this way because I realize that it doesn't feel good for a few different reasons for me, and I just want to explain why. So the question is, why are you single? And it comes in different forms, different variations. Sometimes it's, why are you still single? Sometimes it's not really a question, but it's like, I can't believe you're single. Of course, I understand that it's supposed to be a compliment. It's really flattering. And especially when, most of the time it's like preceded by, you're so beautiful, you're so smart, you're so sweet, you have so much going for you. And then it's like, why are you single? The problem is that I feel this energy behind that of like, even if it's not said, I feel like there's this energy, like this implied thing that is like, what's wrong with you? Like, there must be something wrong with you. And I tried to convince myself that I'm just like overthinking things. And, I was like, Tasleem, come on, like that you should just take the compliment and leave it alone. It's not such a big deal. But in the last couple of weeks, maybe I just attracted this because subconsciously it was in the back of my head. But there have been two guys that were interested in going out on dates with me. And I saw the potential in it. I was interested in it as well. But both of them asked that question to me. They said it in different ways, but I kind of want to focus on the second guy in particular because the second guy actually said like complimentary things, just like I made an example of earlier, and then said, so why are you still single, or why are you single? And then he actually said and laughed, so what's wrong with you? I laughed, but I wasn't really finding it funny because the thing is that he doesn't know this, but my interest in him dropped really fast, like when he said that. Because I don't want to be with a guy who makes this implied kind of feeling. I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, because for me, that made me feel like he sort of, in an ignorant way, kind of looks at like being single means that there's something like single means there's something wrong with you, like you haven't been chosen yet, so there's something wrong. And then for me, then I feel like he's sort of saying, well, that means that people that are in partnerships, they must have it all together. And I'm like, no offense to these people that I know, but there are some people that I know that are in marriages and have been in relationships like all their life. They can't actually be without a partner. And they are not very nice people. They're not very supportive. They're not great partners. They don't have it all together. Some of them are not as, like, in my opinion, that attractive. So to make this like, to even say that comment, like, what is wrong with you? It didn't make me feel bad about myself. It was like, I don't think I want to date a guy that looks at it this way. Because it also then makes me feel like, what are you insecure about? Again, I didn't want to take it too far, but I was like, well, I feel like someone who would say that must have their own insecurities about being single. Because in my head, I'm like, well, you're single because you're interested in me, and I'm assuming you're single if you're dating and looking for like a potential partner. I didn't say this, but um, so does that mean that there's something wrong with you? Like, I don't know. It was really weird. And I then, we started talking just about other things, and he decided that he just wanted to explain to me, like, what his history was, like, in terms of just how he got to where he is and his relationship, and that he has a daughter and stuff, like relationships in the past, I mean. And in saying that, he also said, like, now that his daughter is older, like, he's ready to, like, find a new partner to do things with, because he said specifically that he doesn't like doing things on his own. Okay, that's fair enough. But he went even a bit further, saying, like, he doesn't feel comfortable walking into a restaurant by himself, or when he's not in a partnership, he's like, maybe doesn't like do as much, like, of going to the gym or taking care of his health as much. And I was like, okay, now my level of interest in you is dropping even more, because to me that's like, he feels like, I felt like he was pointing the finger at me, sort of saying, like, there must be something wrong with you because you're single. But really the issue is that he doesn't feel good about himself when he's single. And for me, that's a huge, like, I don't even want to say a red flag, because I've been there. I totally understand it, but I've been doing so much work on myself, and I know that I can walk into a restaurant and sit down by myself and enjoy my own company. I really don't want to be in a relationship or potential, like, dating, even considering dating someone that cannot, like, be proud of his relationship with himself. Like, if he hasn't worked on himself enough to actually, like, feel good about his own company, that is a problem to me. Because of course I understand that we all get lonely, and most people prefer to be with someone and to have someone to love and love them back and be supports to each other. But I feel like, for all the work that I've done to make sure that I'm not going to go into a relationship just because I need someone there to fill a hole and a gap in my sense of self, because I can't stand on my own, I don't want that. To me, that's really unhealthy. It's like codependent. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I want to be able to be independent. I don't know if I use the right word actually, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be just trying to fill gaps in my sense of self with another person. I prefer to be in a relationship where each person is a whole person. They've worked on themselves. They're continuing to work on themselves, and they don't have to be with someone because they cannot stand on their own, but they just want to have that partnership. And so I just didn't want to go out on a date with this guy. And the thing is, like, I don't feel like someone that I am meant to be with would look at this by saying, like, I don't think he would say, you have all these great qualities, what's wrong with you? I think the guy that I'm meant to be with, the kind of person that I want to be with, would be like, wow. He might say all those same complimentary things, like, you're beautiful, you're smart, you have it all together, and then say, what did I do to get so lucky to find you when you're single and I'm single? Like, and he would appreciate that, instead of saying, let me spend all my time now trying to figure out what's wrong with you. So anyway, I know this is a weird, silly conversation, but, or like, I don't know what you guys think of it, but for me, this question is like, I think it says more about the person asking it than it says about what they think is missing in the person that they're questioning. Even if it's a harmless question, even if they meant for it to be flattering, I think subconsciously there's something there that doesn't feel like, I don't know. I would find it really attractive if a guy was like, I see that people, whether they're single or in partnership, all are different. And some of us have it together whether we're single, some of us have it together when we're in a partnership. It depends on each person. And if I am so lucky to find an amazing girl, or if you're so lucky to find an amazing guy, whoever you are, that when they are single, don't let them go and start making them feel like, well, I might date you, but the whole time I'm going to scrutinize to find out what's wrong with you. Show your confidence and say, like, I feel confident in my own company. I feel good in my own company. And feel really lucky to have met someone that is also single. Let's see where this goes. And like, that to me would be really attractive. Anyway, I didn't explain all this to this guy. It didn't happen. I made the choice not to go out again, but I just, yeah, this question to me is like brought up so many different ideas to me, and I realized that I'm not going to ever ask someone that. And if I just wanted to give them a compliment, I would just give them a compliment and not ask them why you're still single. I'd be like, thank God you're still single if I'm interested in them. And I'd be like jumping up for joy. So just wanted to leave you with this video. I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, let me know if you've ever experienced this. And I'm totally open too. Like, feel free to give me the other side of it, like all the things that I'm probably missing or all the things that I might be overthinking. But I just needed to put this out there. Thank you for listening.